Welcome back, decor lovers. Today, we're diving into the warm, inviting world of olive and cream farmhouse DIYs, where vintage charm meets cozy creativity. If you adore rustic textures, repurposed treasures, and that effortlessly lived-in feel, this is your ultimate decor haven. We'll explore stunning DIY projects that blend soft olive greens with creamy neutrals, transforming any space into a nostalgic retreat. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss our inspiring decor ideas. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite farmhouse element? There's something magical about the olive and cream color combo. It's earthy yet elegant, rustic but refined. Olive green brings nature indoors, while creamy neutrals soften the look, creating a balanced, cozy vibe. Whether on walls, furniture, or textiles, this palette evokes vintage farmhouse charm with a modern twist. Think weathered wood, linen drapes, and muted pottery. Every detail tells a story. Ready to infuse your home with this timeless duo? Let's explore how to make it happen. Nothing says farmhouse like repurposed wood. Turn old pallets or barn wood into stunning wall art with minimal effort. Sand lightly for a weathered look, then stencil on a vintage-inspired quote or paint olive branches for a nature-themed touch. Distress the edges for extra character, then mount it above a console or bed. This project is budget-friendly and eco-conscious, perfect for adding warmth to blank walls. Who knew scrap wood could become such a statement piece? crates are a farmhouse staple. Use them as shelves, storage, or even a side table. Sand them down for a smooth finish, then stain or whitewash for a shabby chic effect. Stack them vertically for open shelving or horizontally as a rustic nightstand. Fill them with old books, mason jars, or woven baskets for layered texture. The best part? They're incredibly versatile. Move them around to refresh your space anytime. Thrift stores are goldmines for these treasures. Give an old dresser or chair new life with olive green chalk paint. This rich hue instantly elevates furniture, making it a focal point in any room. Sand lightly, apply 2 coats, then seal with wax for durability. Add vintage knobs for extra charm. Place it in your entryway for a warm welcome or in the bedroom as a unique accent. The muted green pairs beautifully with cream walls and natural wood tones, pure farmhouse perfection. Soft, cream-colored textiles are key to farmhouse coziness. Layer linen throws, ruffled curtains, and crocheted pillows for a lived-in feel. Mix textures, think cable knits, burlap, and cotton, to add depth. Drape a cream blanket over an olive green sofa for contrast, or use a neutral table runner with olive napkins for a rustic tablescape. These subtle touches create warmth without overwhelming the space. Pro tip: lightly tea-stained fabric for an aged, vintage look. Transform mason jars into dreamy farmhouse lighting. Wrap jute twine around the neck, then insert fairy lights or a candle for a soft glow. Hang a cluster above a dining table or line them along a mantel. For a bolder look, spray paint jars in olive green and distress them lightly. This DIY adds instant charm to evenings indoors. Imagine the flickering light against exposed brick, pure magic. A distressed mirror adds character and depth to farmhouse decor. Find an old frame at a flea market, then sand and whitewash it for a time-worn look. Olive green accents around the edges enhance its vintage appeal. Hang it in the hallway to reflect natural light or above a console for a functional yet decorative piece. Mirrors also make small spaces feel larger, a win-win for cozy homes. Greet guests with an olive branch wreath, simple yet stunning. Use real or faux branches, weaving them into a grapevine base. Add dried lavender or eucalyptus for texture. Hang it on your front door or above the fireplace for a fresh, organic touch. This project brings the outdoors in, enhancing that cozy farmhouse vibe. Bonus, it's low maintenance and lasts for seasons. Cream-colored ceramics are a farmhouse must-have. Display hand-thrown pottery, milk jugs, and speckled plates for a rustic tablescape. Mix in olive green napkins or a woven placemat for contrast. These pieces feel homey and authentic, perfect for family dinners or coffee nooks. Hunt for unique finds at antique shops. Each chip and crack adds to their charm. Turn an old door into a headboard for a jaw-dropping farmhouse bed. Sand and paint it in cream or olive, then mount it behind your bed frame. The paneling adds instant vintage drama. For extra flair, hang a wreath or sconces above it. This upcycling project is surprisingly easy and makes a huge impact. Hello, Pinterest-worthy bedroom. Nothing adds farmhouse personality like a hand-painted wooden sign. Reclaim a piece of old fencing or plywood, sand it smooth, and apply a creamy base coat. Then, stencil or freehand a rustic phrase like "gather" or "established since" in olive green. Lightly distress the edges for that perfectly aged look. Prop it on a mantle or hang it above a doorway for instant vintage appeal. This easy DIY brings warmth and nostalgia to any space, plus, it's a great weekend project. Upgrade your sofa with burlap and linen throw pillows for that cozy farmhouse feel. Sew simple envelope covers in cream linen, then add burlap accents with lace trim or olive green stitching. Mix in a few embroidered designs, think wheat stalks or simple monograms, for extra charm. These pillows add depth and warmth while keeping things neutral. The best part? They're machine washable, making them as practical as they are pretty. Give your kitchen a farmhouse makeover with olive green lower cabinets paired with creamy uppers. This two-tone look is timeless and fresh. Sand, prime, and paint your existing cabinets for a budget-friendly update. Add vintage brass hardware for a touch of elegance. The olive hue grounds the space, while the cream keeps it airy. Complete the look with open shelving displaying ironstone pitchers and wooden cutting boards, pure rustic perfection. An old wooden ladder becomes a stunning farmhouse shelf with minimal effort. Secure it horizontally to the wall and add planks across the rungs for shelves. Stain or whitewash the wood, then style with olive green pottery, stacked books, and trailing ivy. This piece is perfect for small spaces, offering storage without bulk. Plus, it adds an instant rustic focal point, great for corners, bathrooms, or behind a sofa. Beadboard paneling is a farmhouse essential, adding texture and charm to any room. Install it on lower walls or ceilings, then paint it in a soft cream for a bright, airy feel. Pair it with olive green trim or doors for contrast. This timeless look works in kitchens, bathrooms, or mudrooms, creating that cozy, nostalgic vibe. For extra character, lightly sand edges to mimic years of loving wear. Turn old window frames into unique wall art or functional decor. Clean the glass, then attach chicken wire for a memo board or leave it open to display pressed botanicals. Paint the frame in olive green and distress it lightly for a weathered look. Hang it in the entryway for keys and notes or use it as a photo display. Each pane tells a story, perfect for adding personality to blank walls. A striped jute or wool rug in olive and cream anchors a farmhouse space beautifully. Layer it over hardwood floors to define a seating area or dining nook. The natural fibers add texture, while the subtle stripes keep things refined. For a DIY version, stencil stripes onto a plain rug using fabric paint. This simple addition ties the whole room together, cozy, chic, and effortlessly vintage. Old books make delightful farmhouse decor when stacked thoughtfully. Wrap cream-colored ones with twine and tuck in a sprig of dried olive branches. Use them as risers for lamps or centerpiece stands. For a cohesive look, remove dust jackets or spray paint covers in muted tones. These little clusters add warmth and nostalgia to shelves, coffee tables, and mantels, because every cozy home needs a touch of literary charm. Create a feature wall in olive green for a bold yet calming statement. This rich hue works beautifully in living rooms, bedrooms, or even a pantry. Pair it with creamy trim and rustic wood floating shelves for balance. For extra depth, use a matte finish and add framed botanical prints. This look is dramatic yet soothing, ideal for those who love color but crave farmhouse warmth. Blend wicker baskets with wooden accents for organic farmhouse style. Use them as storage for blankets, firewood, or even pantry goods. Hang a large one on the wall as a unique shelf or place smaller ones on open shelving. The woven texture contrasts beautifully with smooth wood and creamy ceramics, adding depth to your decor. Plus, they're incredibly functional, win-win. Tapered candlesticks in cream ceramic or aged brass bring soft glow to farmhouse spaces. Cluster them on a dining table, mantel, or bedside table for instant coziness. Mix heights and materials for visual interest, and pair with olive green pillar candles for a subtle pop of color. When lit, they cast a warm, flickering light that enhances the vintage vibe, perfect for intimate gatherings or quiet evenings. A fresh or faux olive branch centerpiece is effortless yet stunning. Arrange sprigs in a cream pitcher or wooden bowl for a natural tablescape. Add a few dried lavender stems or white hydrangeas for texture. This look is perfect for everyday dining or special occasions, understated, elegant, and oh so farmhouse. Bonus, it requires zero floral arranging skills. Reclaimed wood trays are a farmhouse multitasker. Stain or paint them in olive and cream, then use them for serving, organizing, or displaying decor. Place one on your coffee table with a candle and vintage clock, or use it to corral bathroom essentials. The worn edges and chippy paint add character while keeping things tidy. A little rustic, a little refined, just like the best farmhouse pieces. Ironstone pitchers, bowls, and platters in creamy white are farmhouse classics. Hunt for them at flea markets or thrift stores, then display them on open shelves or a dining table. Their simple, timeless shapes pair perfectly with olive green accents. Use them as vases, utensil holders, or even planters. Their versatility makes them a must-have. The more mismatched, the better. There you have it, 25 inspiring olive and cream farmhouse DIYs to transform your home into a cozy vintage retreat. Which idea are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see your creations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our decor adventures. Until next time, keep crafting, repurposing, and making your space uniquely yours. Happy decorating, friends. Sparkles.